2026 Lexus ES embraces electrification without abandoning comfort. The 8th generation 2026 Lexus ES, internal code XC20, takes a long-running nameplate in a markedly different direction. Still aimed at buyers who value a smooth, quiet ride, the new sedan is now built around a platform engineered from the outset for hybrid and full battery electric power. Lexus will sell the latest ES in 3 distinct powertrains, 1 gasoline-electric configuration and 2 pure EV variants, while promising a roomier cabin, sharper styling, and the debut of Lexus Safety System Plus 4.0. Platform and powertrains built to share space. Underneath the sheet metal sits a heavily reworked GAK architecture that can package either an internal combustion engine or a sizable underfloor battery pack. Structural bracing up front, across the floor, and at the rear lifts torsional rigidity, which should help the ES steer with a bit more precision than its predecessor. A MacPherson strut front and, for the first time in an ES, a multi-link rear suspension round out the chassis revisions. The power menu now looks like this. ES350h, 6th generation 2.5-liter hybrid system with a more compact e-axle and available all-wheel drive. Output figures remain under wraps, but Lexus hints at better performance than today's 215-horsepower ES300h. ES350e, front-drive battery electric model, using a single e-axle. A 300-mile manufacturer estimated range applies when the car wears its standard 19-inch wheels. ES500e, dual-motor setup with Lexus Direct 4 torque vectoring all-wheel drive. The system can shift power from 100% front to 100% rear, depending on grip and driver input. Optional 21-inch wheels mark the first time the ES has offered rims that large. Preliminary dimensions are nearly full-size, 202.3 inches long on a 116.1-inch wheelbase. Height is a modest 61.2 inches for the hybrid and 61.4 inches for the AWD EV, while curb weights span from 4,012 pounds in a front-drive ES350h to just under 4,900 pounds in a loaded ES500e. Lexus will publish horsepower, torque, charging times, and EPA ratings closer to launch. Design. Spindle grille evolves into spindle body. Lexus refers to the new design language as Clean Tech X Elegance, and the ES absolutely leans into the first half of that phrase. A lower hood and battery-friendly floor pan let stylists flatten the nose and push the windshield forward, creating a silhouette that reads almost hatchback-like even though a conventional trunk remains. The familiar spindle grille has essentially merged with the front clip, leaving a sharply contoured hood and slim air intake on hybrid models, while the EVs dispense with most of the cooling openings altogether. LED lamps form a twin L pattern up front, a single full-width bar with an illuminated Lexus wordmark handles taillight duties. Wheel arches are pulled taut over standard 19-inch alloys, and millimeter-level tweaks to track with give the sedan a wider, lower stance than the outgoing generation. Whether traditional ES buyers will warm to the truncated rear deck is an open question, but the car certainly stands out next to the softer-surfaced 6th-generation models still on sale. A more open, tech-heavy cabin. Stretching the wheelbase 3 inches and overall length 6.5 inches, pays dividends inside. Lexus also nudged the seating point upward for easier ingress, a boon to older drivers who comprise a fair share of ES clientele. Slimmer seat backs, lower belt lines, and larger glass areas further the airy feel. Up front, a 12.3-inch digital cluster and a 14-inch center touchscreen run the latest Lexus interface software. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, as is dual-phone Bluetooth pairing. A quicker voice assistant, new shortcut, home button, and split-screen functionality address some of the frustrations we've had with the current system. Material creativity has been a Lexus hallmark, and the 2026 ES picks up 3D printed bamboo layering door trim and sharply embossed synthetic leather panels, each highlighted by configurable ambient lighting. The optional Mark Levinson 3D sound system now positions speakers for a broader front stage and deeper bass response. If you usually ride in back, the newly available executive package, ES350 EFWD Luxury only, at least for now, adds reclining and massaging outboard seats, heating and ventilation, plus a right-side ottoman. Lexus Safety System Plus 4.0 makes its first appearance. The 2026 ES is the brand's launch pad for LSS Plus 4.0. Hardware upgrades and expanded sensor coverage promise sharper pedestrian, cyclist, and intersection detection, though Lexus is holding back final feature lists until closer to the on-sale date. Expect the usual adaptive cruise, lane centering, and traffic jam functions, likely with smoother operation and broader speed ranges. Positioned in Lexus' broader electrification push, Lexus says the ES is the second of 3 new battery EVs it will roll out before March 2026, slotting in after the RZ crossover and ahead of a yet-to-be-detailed model. Hybrids will remain a pillar, but the brand's public goal is to offer an electrified option in every segment by mid-decade. Sales snapshot and what it means. US ES sales peaked at 82,867 units back in 2007. The sedan has since ridden the same downward slope most four-doors have endured, dipping to 39,117 units in 2023 before inching back to 43,156 last year. Roughly 18,500 of those were hybrids. China now builds more ES units than the entire US market consumes, which helps explain why Lexus is doubling down on global versatility with BEV and AWD options. Whether the fresh sheet metal and electric drivetrains can reverse a decade-long erosion in American showroom traffic remains to be seen. Pricing and arrival. Lexus will release full pricing in 2025, but it is safe to assume the ES350h will land a bit north of today's $44,000 entry point, while the battery electric ES350e and ES500e should command a premium, likely pushing well into the $60,000s once options are tallied. A familiar badge heads down a new road. For more than 3 decades, the Lexus ES has been a default pick for drivers who want comfort without the drama. By adding all-electric variants, a stiffer platform, and a tech-forward interior, the 2026 model seeks to keep those customers while chasing new ones who have EVs on their shortlist. The formula is undeniably more ambitious. Whether it resonates will hinge on refined execution and, of course, competitive pricing.